All right, let's rock and roll here. All right, hey, happy Friday, happy Halloween. Trick or treat, smell my feet, give me something good to eat. Let's go. Hey, it is Friday. I just want to come on here real quick and share with you guys why we took some of the trades that we've taken today. And if you followed suit, you are able to collect some green bags and have fun and go enjoy the weekend. So, with that being said, I just want to show you how we trade the same patterns, the same setups over and over and over again, and we trade it with consistency and a probability, right? The three pillars of success, though, none of this means nothing if you can't follow that. Pillar number one is your risk management pillar. That's one of the most crucial things that you need to use in the trading space, right? Without risk management, you're not going to succeed. Pillar number two is consistency. You can't pick and choose and say, well, I'm going to trade one or the other, and try to outperform, because in the end, we trade the probability. Now, there is better times to trade certain techniques and styles, and we do recommend once you get one or two winning trades a day, be done, because we don't win 100% of our trades, right? And then the third pillar is simply trading your plan. Since we have different techniques and styles, you have to trade what resonates with you and your risk tolerance, or your risk profile, because some people like to be more aggressive, others are more conservative, and that's totally fine. So you got to do what resonates with you and fits your trading personality in order for you to succeed. So with this specific strategy, like I said, I'm going to quickly share with you a recap of why we did call out some of the things we did. The first star right here is ES, and ES is the S&P 500 future symbol, and it's a way to extract money from the markets on the future side. You could trade this same exact chart in the stock option space or the stock market, which is also the S&P 500. You would use a different instrument, SPY or SPX, to mimic some of these moves. But if you do trade stock options, I highly recommend trading it on the 5-minute time frame, right? All in all that we do, I believe the 5-minute has a really powerful trend on the day trading side, but you'll see me on a 2-minute chart because I take moves in sync of that, So a lot of my patterns play out on the 2-minute, but I'm still aware of what the 5-minute is also doing, right? Anyway, enough about that. Let's dive in and see how we called out the shots in our live stream. We do this every single day. If you are watching this recording or you on the live stream right now, I see we do have a couple people. Just comment in the chats where you're from. And if you do want to trade with us next week, just comment BMT in the box and we'll get you squared away. So this first chart, where the star's at, very simple. What's the rules? Well, if these candles are red, right, and we hit one of these pivots that we use, these tools are proprietary to our trading group, we'd like to take trades to the downside. If the candles turn green and they are trending to the upside, we kind of want to take breakouts. So today, we didn't have nothing coming out the gate. We did call a little bit of an aggressive trade right here that some people did take, but the first conservative pattern was definitely right here on this candle. We said, hey, we had our AI pivot low, which you could see right there, and we took a breakdown simply right there. Guess what happens? You take this trade on a put, and we like to say, bam, happy Halloween. This one from 91 down here to 81, that's $500 for every one ES contract, right? Now, you're never going to capture the very, very top to the bottom or the bottom to the top move, but could you have gotten a piece of that? Absolutely you can. So there's one winning trade on ES, right? Then we reset and we come back down. This candle hits the pivot. I'm looking for a breakdown right here. Then the next candle hits the pivot again. Now I'm taking a breakdown right there. So I took a breakdown, and this was enough to get you 3 ES points, 2.5. That one was about a little 1-point winner for me. But in the end, we protect ourselves once we get set movement in our favor, right? Then price retraces back up again. We've had a breakdown right here. A lot of people took a short. If you're still trading at this time, it's 10.20. Then look what happens right there. there's another couple $100 for one ES contract. So what I tell people, if you can dedicate the first 30 minutes to 45 minutes of each morning, we have a high probability to get 1 to 2 winning trades. There was a lot of people that took this trade right there and they're done. Why? Because they have a 100% win rate and they can go enjoy the rest of their day. I'm going to be very direct and open with you. I don't win 100% of my trades. So if you have a 100% win rate, any trade you take after that, you're going to jeopardize that 100% win rate, because the probability states if we win 8 or 9 out of 10, we know a loss is coming up sooner or later. So that's why I like to tell people, especially new folks, to get 1 or 2 winning trades and then go walk away. All right. Now, the next chart we have, this is our NQ chart. And we were at our pivot level right there. So coming into the morning, we called a breakdown right here. This was a nice grand slammer. A lot of people that took this, bam, this thing floated to the downside. I made about 15 NQ points on this first trade, and then price came down. If you're waiting for another entry, great one, it'd be on this candle right there. We called out a breakdown right here, and then guess what happened? Bam! Happy Halloween. There's 2 winning trades on the NQ chart in the first 30 minutes that you could have been done and enjoying the rest of your day. The next trade that qualified, price came down, hit the pivot, bounced back up. This hit the pivot, could have put your breakdown right there. Here's another trade on NQ that you could have navigated and collected profits on that right there. So the same pattern, the same tools each day. We don't win them all, but with risk management, consistency, and trading your trading vehicle, that is what's going to put you in the 90% or the 10% club that they say wins and the 90% club that they say lose over time, right? And I'm showing you all the things that we do. We do nothing different in our live room other than we share when we're taking the things when we see them on the charts. So the next chart we have right here is actually our NQ, or I'm sorry, our CL chart, which is oil, right? And what happened today was the candles were green. We retraced back down. We did call it an aggressive breakout right here, but if you're trading the pivots and Swingmaster Pro, you're stuck waiting all the way down here to this candle. And we did just have a candle break right here. That is a textbook winning trade on CL. You can still be in it, letting it rock to the upside. So those couple trades right there on ES and NQ, that was able to generate me just shy or a little bit more than $700. I think $710 after the fees. So it was a great morning. And I'm done. Why? It's Halloween. It's Friday. I want to end the day with a nice green bag. It was a phenomenal week on the day trading side, and I want to be stress-free and dedicate my night with my kids. As you can see, I got my cowboy hat on. I also have a cowboy vest and some boots and some real tight jeans. So I'm going as the beast mode cowboy, right? Anyway, back to this chart now. So I trade stock options and I trade futures, but I just shown you the futures charts. Now on the options charts, this right here is Tesla. Everybody knows Tesla, right? Have you heard of Tesla before? Tesla is one of the companies that we like to watch. I'm a little bit mad at Tesla because I wanted shares way down at 275 and $100 way back in the day, never got them, but I do make money on the option side, so I can't be that mad, right? So what happened today? Guess what? Candles are green. We hit a pivot right here. I called a breakout for Tesla call options right here, and guess what happens? Boom! There's one winning trade. Then we retrace back down, hit a pivot again. Here's another breakout. Boom! There's 2 winning trades right there on Tesla. Guess what? You could be done for the day. You don't need to capture this whole move. If you did, that's definitely probably 300-400%. But can you capture 25 to 50% of these moves? Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. So Tesla was another one. The last options trade I called today was on this chart right here. I called out a breakdown on SPX, and just for clarity, I only made, I think, $180. I was only in 3 contracts, so I got stopped out. I went in a 50-cent trail stop, and I think it ended up stopping me out about 60 or 65 cents a contract. I'm not mad because I got a green bag, but if I would have held it to this little tippy point down there, I probably would have made about $3 a contract. So another thing, we've been on a 12-day win streak trading our lotto system on SPX. It is one day trade a day. But the power of this is, well, anyone could say, I know what you're doing. I'm taking a breakout or breakdown. Yeah, you do. But the true power is we have an option picker that gives us a high probability. Today we called out the 6810 puts because our AI Lotto Low told us the option that had a very high probability to get our desired amount of what we're looking for from an ROI. So had you have held this trade down a little bit, you would have captured that once again. But I like to go risk free once we get up 30-40% and just let it go. So I also took 3 contracts. I prefer to take 5 to 6 and risk about 1,500 to 2,000. But on a 12-day win streak, I know a loss is coming up sooner than later. I got roasted by it earlier from Simone. All jokes, all fun and games. But hey, it's all good. We can't be mad with a green bag. You know what I'm saying? Yeehaw, right? Now, that is how we day trade. I'm going to show you how we can swing trade. SPX is the S&P 500 symbol. You could trade that with options. You could also trade SPY, which is also the ETF of the S&P 500, but I think it has like the top 100 companies in, versus SPX actually mirrors the full S&P 500. The only difference is SPY is 1/10 of SPX, so it's also a lot more affordable. So if you're swing trading SPX options, you need 4 figures, right, and 5 figures. If you're swing trading SPY, you only need 100 to 300 bucks or 400 bucks. So matter of fact, we just want to put SPY on just to be fully transparent and open with you. We have multiple techniques inside of this that we do trade, but I'm going to share with you just one right now. Very simple. If you get a green candle, green arrow, right, and you get that on the daily chart, that at the end of the day or the next day, you can take your calls. But the power of this is we get expansion in our favor from a probability over time. All right. So if you took these call options right here, green candle, green arrow, did we expand up over the next couple days? Yup. Green candle, green arrow, did we expand up over the next couple days? Yup. So this specific one actually pushed up from 622 the next day, 626. That right there is $3 on the share price. If you're in a 4-week expiration contract, that right there is an easy 25, 30%, maybe even 50%. At that point, what are you satisfied with in growing your account? Because if you take anything out of this call, remember this, your account doesn't grow unless you take profits. And we have unlimited opportunities. So you don't have to be greedy looking for 100, 300, 500% ROI winners. So if we go up 20 to the 30%, I recommend protecting yourself. There's 2 winners. There's 3 winners. We take this one. Oh, we gap down. We lost right there. Now we're 3-1. Guess what? There's 4-1. There's 5-1. There's 6-1. There's 7-1. There's 8-1. There's 9-1, 10-1, 11-1. And today we're potentially getting another green arrow on this chart. So in the last 2 months or so, if you swing trade with an edge, would you be happy with 10 wins, 1 loss? Absolutely. In a downtrend, guess what we do? We like to do the same thing, but we do the opposite, right? Check it out. If you come up here, let me make this a little bit smaller for you. And I'll show you this right here. Red candle, red arrow. Red candle is a loser. 1-1, 2-1. This right here is a grand slammer. 3-1, 4-1, 5-1. Guess what? Would you be happy with that? That's how we trade with an edge when we swing trade. So not only did I share with you how we day trade, I'm also sharing with you on Halloween how we swing trade, right? Now, let's say you don't do both. Let's say you don't do any of them. You only invest. It's all good because we have a plan for you as well. I'm going to pick out a completely random symbol, and we just want to pull up, what do we want to pull up? We pull up Apple because Apple just had an earnings beat today, right? And we're going to change our time frame to the daily to the weekly chart right here. And I'm going to zoom out and picture this as like an investment for the long haul. You have people that buy crypto and they put a lot of money into these coins. I like to put my money into the stock companies because it's almost like I can't say a guarantee, but it's like a sure bet. You don't have to think too much, right? You wait for a signal to present itself and you take the trade. So here we have a buy. Here we have a buy. Here we have a buy. Buy, buy, buy. We start off $500 and you enter this right here at $48. It goes up to all but 90 right there. Guess what? That's all right right here. That right there is 100%. So your $500 is worth 1K right here. You know what I'm going to tell you to do? I'm going to tell you to sell out, bring 500 back to your account, let 500 run. As we come up over here, now your 500 is another 1K. Guess what? Sell out. Now you have 1K on the side, you got 500. Now on this buy, you put in your 1K. Now you got $1,500 into this trade. You're holding it, and from 140 up here to 240, guess what happens? Your $1,500 is now worth about $2,250. We're just gonna say 2K for simplicity. Sell out, let 1K ride, right? And now you got 1K back on the side. So you now grown your account. You have a free investment on the house. Now keep this in mind. Every 4 of these blue balls down here at the bottom, that's about 3%. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21. You just made an additional 21% just for holding those shares. How cool is that? Now you come into another company and you come into, we'll do Bitcoin. Everyone knows Bitcoin. And you do the same exact thing. So now we got $1,000 of free. Right, there's a buy. These are all the same buys. There's another buy. Here's another buy. Here's another buy. So check this out. If you bought this buy right here at $9, well, I mean, here's another buy too. If you bought this buy at $9 and it went up here to $18, guess what? If you put $500 in or 1K at that very, very high, you now have 2K. Sell out, bring 1K back, you have 1K ride. Now we get another buy here. You could put in another 1K. So now you have 2K into this position. Now from 10 up here to 20, which is right there, now you have 4K. Guess what? Sell out. You bring 3K back to the account. You got 1K in Apple. You got 1K left in Bitcoin. As it pushes up, your 1K now generates another 1K. So now you got 2K right there. Sell out, bring 1K back. Now we have 4K left over, and you still have 1K trading. And you keep on doing this, waiting patiently, right? Next buy is right here at 30. And you put in another 1K. So now you rock 2K into this. Up here, you go about 75%. We're just going to keep it at 50. Your 2K is worth 3K. Sell out, bring 2K back. Now your account up here is worth 5K because you took 1 out of the 4. You just added 2 back. Now we have 5K. I'm going to double box it. And price comes all the way back down to 10. And we still got 1K in. You put in another 1K. You got 2K right here at 10. At 20, guess what? There's another 4K. Sell out, bring 3 back. And now you got 4, 5, 6. Now we got 7K on the account. While we're still collected in Apple, while we're still trading in this. So now our 1K up here is now worth 2K again. Sell out. Now we got 8K, still 1K. We got another buy. You put 1K back in. Now you got 2K. It goes from 50 up here to, or 45 up here to 90. Guess what? Now your 2K is now just shy of 4K. Sell out again. And guess what? You collect 3K. So now you're sitting on an account that has 10 grand while you still have 1K in Bitcoin, while you still have 1K in Apple. And as your account grows, you got 10K that you started off with $500. And all that happened in 5 years or less. You see how easy it is starting investing? People don't like it because it takes too long to play out. Now hear me out. When you buy a house, you hold it for 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 years. And it doesn't even push up 100%, right? What if you could do this in a fraction of that? Now, I'm not saying real estate's bad because I do own real estate, but in investing, the real estate way or the real estate method is very powerful. Now, if any of this resonated with you and you want to have a personal trading plan for you and your time, just comment beast mode below and we'll get you squared away. It is Halloween. I want you guys to be safe out there, have fun. Make sure you put the candies out for the kids because I have kids and they do like the candy. I'm going to let them eat a lot of it and they come into your house for the night. All right? Just kidding. Happy Halloween, guys. You guys have a blessed Friday. And like I said, if you're interested in what we do, and creating a plan specifically geared for you personally, just comment beast mode below and we'll get you squared away. When you day trade, swing trade, and invest, you do any of those, there's a nice way to get passive income for you specifically, just doing the same exact way that we have, right? In the end, you got to have faith, praise of the Most High. Happy Halloween. Appreciate you guys. You guys have a blessed one. Catch me on the next one. Beast mode out.